Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah, has disappointed me recently. I really love and appreciate him as an actor. I think some of his films are truly pretty amazing pieces and iconic for, different parts of cinema. But recently, he disappointed me. The Guilty could possibly be one of the worst films I've seen in recent past. I think it missed on every mark. If you watched that film and liked it, please tell me why, because I need someone to let me know what I missed. I wanted to stop watching that movie 10 minutes into it. But Ambulance? Well, okay, first, like, my normal spiel, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to try not to spoil it for you, but if I do, I'm sorry. Sorry. This is my platform. I get to talk about what I want to talk about. And first, we're going to talk about the cons of this film. Um, Actually, first, we're going to talk about the plot ish. If you've seen the previews, you get the whole gist. Bank robbery involves an ambulance in LA. Now to the cons. One, it's a bank robbery film in LA. You know how it's going to end up before it ends up. But for more detailed cons, people get shot in the film. And the dives these people take, these stunt doubles, when they get shot, I mean, they get shot with a rifle and then they jump 10 feet into a glass pane. I mean, they go flying. It's incredibly unrealistic. Um, that kind of ruined some of my immersion at some points because it was like laughable how bad it was. Second, we can talk about their. It's a Michael Bay film. You can get that from the trailer, and you can get that from watching the movie. It is through and through a Michael Bay film. I mean, half the budget for this film had to be in explosives, cars, and the explosives for those cars. I mean, it is. They blew up everything. They blew up half of LA. But it's also a Michael Bay film in some of the cinematography. Um, they actually had a pretty unique attempt on a lot of things, and they used drone footage, and it was done very well. I mean, if anyone's ever seen like drone racing, I think they kind of crushed, kind of crushed it. I mean, the scenes that they got with drones were truly incredible. I gotta give them credit. It was a great idea, and it fit. It filled the body of that film. Like, I mean, it's an action adventure thriller. You're on the edge of your seat, and these drones are riding side by side with cars and cop cars as there are explosions, and it's good. It is good. But the bad part of that is there is a lot of drone footage, eh, to the point that it detracts from the film a little bit because you're kind of like, again, like it's a fun idea, and it's nice when it's done in a normal amount. They did it too much, or Michael Bay did it too much. It's still impressive. For me personally, I just thought it was too much. Um, Also, I think the ending took too long. You'll see it if you watch it. Once you kind of know how the movie's going to end up, it takes a while. I mean, it feels long at least. Sitting in the theater, it felt like it took a while. Also, I need to add here, it's a bank robbery film. They've been done before. I will give a shout out to one of my very close friends who almost to a T correctly predicted exactly what was going to happen at the end. Um, I mean, if you've seen anything similar, you know what's going to happen. Um, but pros, Mm, but the pros. Um, One, Jake Gyllenhaal. This was a great job. I mean, this felt like he took the role a little bit more casually. And I don't like saying that word because he's obviously an actor and that's what he's playing. And the character is a little casual, a little off kilter, but he plays him so well. I mean, really, he plays. Gosh, is it Nick Sharp? Yeah, Nick Sharp. Let me check. I got it somewhere. Danny Sharp. Okay, well, character names obviously I don't care about. Danny, that makes more sense. It's Danny and Will. Um, both of them actually. Danny and Will did a great job. Um, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce Will Sharp's real name, but he did a fantastic job. Um, but the actors were strong, and the actress was okay. I mean, she played her role. Um, obviously, I think the backstory was a little for. I say obviously, because I've seen the film. I think the backstory for her is forced, and it's cheesy. But everyone did a good job. Even the police force, the people in the police force, their main characters in that section were very good. Um, the one-liners, they're comical, they're funny, they break up the film perfectly. They're not overdone, as in other series that are overdone, like Marvel. That's another episode about why I'm struggling with Marvel. But the one-liners in this film are really good. I mean, they feel normal, which I think is something that it's hard to come by nowadays. Um, that brings me into saying like the one-liners. It's the movie split up well in between action and a little semi-reprieve. Not really a reprieve from action, but a reprieve from a completely serious scene into a normal one-liner that is expected of these characters, especially like Danny. It's expected. So that was great. I think it was done well at least. Um, Let me cut back to the beginning. I think the beginning was really good. The opening is straightforward, well laid out. It's quick. I mean, it breaks into the main plot of the film almost immediately, and I appreciate that. I mentioned that I think in my review of Marry Me. I, a good opening doesn't always have to be long and drawn out and super detailed. You can get the point across without opening up too many plot lines and too many like tangents. And I think they did a great job of that. Also, I think they did a good job of explaining scenes. And I ever really say this often, but instead of like kind of breaking the scene and making it feel unauthentic, not authentic, they're able to explain the scene and I guess what is actually occurring concisely during the film, which is not, I think, important to me in that I mean, I can typically understand what's going on, um, but they did a good job of introducing that and being, if someone was in the audience not maybe missing a part following along, I think they did a good job, and it's something that I noticed during the film, which was important. Um, it was very another thing I enjoyed. It was very suspenseful. I mean, the music felt great, the sound mixing felt great, but it was a super suspenseful film. I mean, the end was expected, but in the moment you're thinking, they got you on the edge of your seat. Truly, wondering what's gonna happen. Um, Also, one thing I want to add: I don't think Volvos are nice cars. They might be. I could just be misinformed, and I've only seen ugly Volvos. They had a badass Volvo in this film, and you only see it in like one scene. And maybe I got hypnotized by the ad, but man, that Volvo was nice. Like I would buy that Volvo. Either way, overall, as a self-proclaimed movie critic, I can't give it more than a 6.5. I just can't. Um, it was decent. I enjoyed my time in the theater. But we've all seen The Town. We've seen Point Break. These are masterpieces that can't be met. It can't even be compared to. We just haven't had a good bank robbery film in a while. And Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Bay actually did a decent job with this one. So I think as a movie, self-proclaimed movie critic, I can't give it more than a 6.5. Um, however, personally, I want to. I would honestly say it's about a 7. I enjoyed it. I I expected it to be on par with like Morbius, honestly, and it was much better than anticipated. I mean, I went to the film already a little down because of how bad the guilty was with Jake Gyllenhaal, but this was actually I would not I would recommend this film if you like action, adventure, thrillers, and you want to go satisfy that itch of seeing 400 cars blow up, high speed chases across highways, and Jake Gyllenhaal looking very dashing. Let's be honest, he's a stud. That'll do it for this week's film. Next week, not next week. Well, I'm recording this in the middle of the week. I'm going to see next. Next, I'm going to see is going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think is what it's called. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. The trailer for it looked bad. I did not have any interest. I thought it was gonna be a huge flop. However, initial reviews have me changing my idea, and I'm going to go see it. And I'll let you know, I guess, how good it is or how bad it is. We'll see, but that's next. Um, as always, thanks for your support. Like, comment, subscribe, all that generic stuff that you have to say as a YouTuber. Let me know in the comments what you don't like, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. But in the meantime, that'll be it.